Hello students, today we are going to look at some more past tense verbs, okay? Remember, past tense verbs are verbs that tell us about something that has already happened, something that's happened in the past. It's not happening now, it's not happening in the future, it's something that's already happened and it's in the past, okay? And we've been learning that most of the time when you take a verb and you make it past tense, a lot of times you just add ed, but this suffix and special sound ed actually makes 3 sounds. This ed can sound like 3 different sounds. Okay, so we've looked over ed and wanted. This special sound sounds like a short e and a d sound. Ed in wanted. And the second sound we looked at was t and looked. Now this special sound, you spell them the same. They're all ed, but they don't sound the same. They're different. So this ed says t, t, t in looked. Looked, okay? So this one sounds like a T. Just a T sound, not an E, not a D, just t, t, t in looked. And the one we're going to talk about today is the ED that sounds like D, 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 D. This one only sounds like a D. The E is silent. Okay, so you don't hear the E, you only hear the D. D in played, played. All right? So let's look at some examples. We have taken these verbs that we have up here and we've changed them to be past tense, something that's already happened, and we added an ed to the end of them to make them past tense. But this ed in played sounds like a D sound. It sounds like D, D, D. Okay? So let's look at our first sentence. Mom already changed the baby's diaper. Okay? So this ed just sounds like D. The E is silent. You don't even hear it. It's just D. Changed. Okay? Mom already changed the baby's diaper. Already is telling us this has already happened. It's happened in the past. She's not changing the baby's diaper now. She's not going to change the baby's diaper. She has already changed the baby's diaper. Okay? He had his tire repaired last month. Okay, so again, this ed makes just a d, d, d sound. Repaired, repaired. The E is silent, D. She dreamed of a garden full of flowers. She dreamed, again, this is a D sound, of a garden full of flowers. So dreamed is telling you something she has already done. She dreamed of a garden full of flowers. When in her garden, she loved to smell the roses, okay? When in her garden, okay, past tense, she loved to smell the roses. Okay, ed, love, loved. Loved. Once again, this ed sounds like a D sound, even though it is ed. When in her garden, she loved to smell the roses. Okay? Loved. Past tense. They cried when they heard the sad story. Okay, so when they heard the sad story, they cried. They did this in the past. It's already happened. It's over with. They cried. D, 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 d. This ed makes the D sound. The E is silent. You don't even hear it. Okay? I smile for the picture we took yesterday. So yesterday we were taking pictures and I smiled for the picture. Okay? smiled. E is silent, and it just makes a D sound. So all of these verbs have been changed into past tense verbs by adding the suffix ed. But with this example, the ed makes the d sound, okay? Because there are three sounds that ed can make. It can make ed in wanted, it can make t in looked, or it can make d in played. And in this example, all of these verbs that we've changed to past tense sound like the d in played. Here are a few more examples. Called, I called. Filled, nailed, prayed, yelled, smelled. So all of these verbs that have the ed make the d sound, okay? We would not read this changed or dreamed or repaired, okay? It's not an ed, it's just a d sound. A lot of times, this special sound in wanted is the sound that is made anytime someone sees the ed at the end of a word. But this ed special sound is not the only sound that it makes. Ed. There are three. So with this example, this ed says d in played. Very good, students. That'll be all for today. Bye.